Welcome to another episode of The Read Pile. New tripod. Hopefully it's not in this shot, whatever. I've got a pile here. We're going to go through it. I do think there's something in the air, but I'll talk about that more at the end. So we're going to start this week with Conan. This is issue 13. It's the start of a new arc, and what I learned this issue is that Conan was a pudgy kid. Like, this is young Conan. And right after this, it cuts back to the present, and I'm like, oh, he's a little bit pudgy in the present, too. And it looks like he's still got baby fat. So, it's fine. It's another Doug Braithwaite arc, and this one is... It's him as a kid, which... It's interesting to me because it's territory. I'm not the biggest Conan fan, admittedly, but it's new territory for me. I found it interesting. I largely enjoyed it. There's multiple fights with a bear this week, and yeah, it's fine. Looks like a religious sect of, what is this, Mennonites? I don't know. Let's get some facial hair. Anyway, it's fine. It's not great. Moving on to Sacrifices, which is great. This is a one-shot, kind of. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. The focus, I will say, is on her this issue, and she's starting to look a little diseased there on the cover. It's fantastic. The writing is spectacular. It's terrifying and horrifying, and it only gets worse as things go on. It's phenomenal. It might be pick of the week. I can't remember what else is in the pile, but it very might be pick of the week. It's great. I hope you're reading it. I know Berg is a huge fan. I am as well, but I sincerely hope you're reading it. Minor Threats, The Fastest Way Down, issue 4. This is the end of the miniseries, and I want to say this is the weakest issue of the series. I really enjoyed the first 3 issues, and issue 4 jumps around a bit in time, and I felt a little lost. I might need to read it again, because I understand most of it. There's a fight with her and the I almost said teen kids, this team of kids here to get her daughter back because they kidnapped her, and there's a bit with the mother, and there's this amazing scene, but then as far as like this prison stuff, feels like this has to be a flashback. It's not clear when it's jumping around in time, and I had kind of forgotten that she'd been to prison, so like the first series was so long ago that I just can't remember. And then there's this dragon, and it doesn't come together as well as it should, I'm gonna say. It's 3 great issues, and then half of this is also great, but it just doesn't cohere as well as it should, and that's disappointing. Uncanny Valley issue 4, there were early rumors that the big bad of the series was going to be Mickey Mouse, and that's still possible, but we meet the, thus far, big bad this issue, and it's pretty much a male Maleficent is what I think. But the bulk of this, I mean, if that's something you care about, I don't especially, but cat face, male Maleficent with a, paintbrush staff. There's a lot in here about the father and the mother. So she shows back up, and there's an emotional scene both with her kid and her father here. There's a lengthy flashback as far as their life, her life specifically, growing up, and there's this cartoon Dynamite. It's good. It's a very solid issue. It's emotional. It doesn't go into huge detail as far as what was going on with her and who the father is, but that's fine. All of that's perfectly fine. Because then we get to this, and it's... I almost called it a fill-in. It's not. It's the same creative team. It's just it is running in place a bit. The storyline in the present isn't moving forward. It's kind of a fill in the blank, I'll say, as far as the past. So it largely stays in place, but we do get some more information, and it's well done. It's just, I'd like some progression. Another issue, 4, When the Blood Has Dried. And this, I think this is one of the reasons. This is one of the things they're going to be talking about at the end of this video. But it's also fine. It's kind of also set up for the next issue. The next issue will be the last, and it also a bit just runs in place. It's people getting ready for a fight that's going to happen next issue. So it's like, again, not that much happens. It's fine now. It's fine. BRZRKR, A Face Full of Bullets. This one is great. This is also a co-runner. I think we might have a double winner for pick of the week, because this is phenomenal. It's oversized. It is, I think, a higher price point, but that's fine. I guess it's $10. That is kind of high, but it's fantastic. It's incredibly well written. This is the Jason Aaron that I hope shows up for new series when I try a new Jason Aaron book, and it isn't always this good. Batman in Space is particularly terrible. I also wasn't aware, I'm not a huge follower of Salvador Larroca, but I didn't know he could draw a bunch of blood and guts and intestinal horse... There's all sorts of stuff. There's a lot. There's the other bear fight this week. There's a lot going on here. It is fantastic. It's a great read. I mean, I'm going to say you get your money's worth out of that $10, but... yeah, this is the Jason Aaron that I hope shows up. This is one of the reasons I am a Jason Aaron fan. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes he's not as good as this. But this issue's great. I think I'm going to wind up talking about these next two together, because I did get the BRZRKR Comic News, which is hilarious, and I also got the Domain, which came out, I think, a couple of weeks ago, and I just got it this week. So I'm enjoying Public Domain, which BRZRKR is working on, and this is the comic within that comic, and it's okay. I'm not going to continue. This is it's an origin story. It's a very standard origin story, and it's just not the BRZRKR level of, I'm going to say, art and humor that I enjoy, that I look for, and I do get that here, which is odd. Like, everything on this cover, there's this, here, how to lose 10 pounds from your comic collection, throw out anyone's drawn by Ryan Stegman. That's hilarious, right? That's hilarious. So anyway, it's, 4 pages, and it's entertaining, and I'm going to say it's more entertaining than this entire issue. So, I mean, that's not great, but I enjoyed this. I possibly is continuing. I don't know. I don't know what's happening with this, but if you get this, if you find this, it's fantastic. It's highly entertaining. Big Burn, issue 1. This is, it's basically Jason Momoa as the devil. These two have sold their souls, and now they're planning a heist to get them back from hell. It's this beginning sequence, these two meeting, and their sort of time-lapse of their relationship is all good stuff, and then it gets into some of this stuff, and then that's not as good, and then he assembles a team, and then it's over, and like I'm not going to continue, but it's well put together. It's just I don't care about the story. It does remind me, because a friend is rereading the Dresden series. There's an entire book about Harry Dresden breaking into a vault in hell, Hades, I suppose, but I don't know, it just felt like familiar territory. For some reason I kept thinking of, was it Army of the Dead, the Zack Snyder bank robbery thing, whatever. It's alright, but I honestly would have preferred more of these two, less of the crime stuff, which is weird. I'm usually more into heist movies and comics, but the better stuff was their relationship, and then she goes away for plot reasons, and anyway. I'm throwing this one back into the pile. I got this a few weeks ago, and I read it this week. It is, I mean, you see this giant werewolf here on the cover. It is Conan vs. Werewolf. It's pretty surprising. It is also spectacular. It is also the end of the Solomon Kane storyline here at the end, which goes some crazy places. This one is very fantastical. It's talking about this mythical land. And then there is this. At the end, I showed off all of this when this issue originally came out, but it is phenomenal, and I read it, and I'm very happy, very satisfied. This Savage Sword is... Well, there's been... I mean, this is issue 3. There's been 2 great ones and one, like, where I wish the art was better. But this is one of the good ones. If you're at all on the fence, get this issue. And then lastly, I got the hardcover of Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. This is the Tom King, Bilquis, Steve Lee. I saw this series get some flack this week, and I don't understand it. The people that were talking said that he clearly didn't understand the character, and I'm like, well, I enjoyed it. Seemed to get it to me, but maybe I also don't understand the character. Anyway, this is everything that I got this week, and Sacrificers for sure, and Face Full of Bullets. I'm going to say Cohen's Book of the Week. So I mentioned at the start of this video that I don't know. Something feels a bit off lately. And it's me, and I don't know if it's the stuff that I'm reading or these videos, but something feels off. I think something is ultimately going to change. I'm not sure what yet, but I don't know. Something is likely to change, because I feel there's an antsiness. There's I don't know. There's a change coming, I don't know what form it's going to take, but something's going to happen. Anyway, this is everything that I got this week. As always, I get my books from a local comic shop. If you don't know where yours is, you can use this URL to find the one closest to you. Thanks for watching.